invite two people to the podium. The first person, I'm sure you all recognize, is the president of our Music Association, Mr. Joe Fetzer. I would also like to invite the podium. And I'd also like to invite a very special guest. He was once the middle school principal, also the director of curriculum. He was also the superintendent of schools and retired in 1985 and is one of the most instrumental people in deciding to hire Mr. Caracia here. It's Mr. Bill Dunham.
The two of us were asked to share some memories of our experience with Mr. Caracia. This one I shared with Mr. Winter, and he wanted me to share with you tonight. And that is that one of the types of music that Mr. Caracia really enjoyed was popular music, but he also enjoyed marches. And we were wondering who we were going to get to fill a void in our music department when I was a sophomore. We had a vacancy there, and it was decided to bring on Mr. Caracia, and everyone was wondering how that was going to work out. Again, there was a transition. And anyway, one of the things that he did, and this is a marching band story, is his first show was a march show. And I believe it was the only march show that he ever did with the marching band. But at the end of this march show, part of the show, we were to hold up our hand, bow, and then salute. And my memory of that, it was a first home game of 1978 against Buckeye, and I remember the crowd giving us a standing ovation, and some of the administration coming back up to the band room with us, telling us how proud of the work that had been done that night. And it was just a lesson for us of how to be successful. And that is to do what they want you to do, and then you can do what you would like to do. And so at this time, we asked Mr. Dunham, I called him about a week or so ago, and asked him if he would share a few memories of when Mr. Caracia was hired. So Mr. William Dunham.
Thanks, Joe, and I have to say, Jerry, I'm really honored to be here and asked to say anything in front of you. I worked for Cloverleaf for many years, from 57 to 85, and I drove bus, taught school, guidance counselor, principal, director of curriculum, and whatever. And you always hope that you're doing something to help youngsters and help kids. And over the years, I can remember a couple of good things I did. And one of the very best things I did was interview Jerry Caracia and recommend him for employment by the Cloverleaf Board of Education. That was one of the good things. And on top of that, I think it was a great day for Cloverleaf Schools when Jerry Caracia signed that first contract and then stayed with us. And I can tell by the people who were here and the kids that came back how much they honored and respect the things he did for them. And I do too, Jerry. Thank you and congratulations.
Will you play John Philip Sousa? I said, yeah, that was our first song. And I did the trio from Stars and Stripes. And then in the middle of it, I put 76 trombones. Both, 76 trombones. I didn't like that too much, but that's okay.
We picked another Sousa tune for this performance. Because we knew how much he loved that first one. We figured why not make it one of his last. And this title is called Semper Fi. His course used by the Marines as their motto. Broken down, Semper Fi essentially means dedication and loyalty. And there's certainly been nobody that will be equal with Jerry for a very, very long time that can be as dedicated as he is. So thank you very much. Band, he's in your hands.